if you put it that way. Is it really saying wait? Okay, hello, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, I got a question. In my room right now, there is a centipede, and it looks very fucking dangerous.
Yes,
What should I do?
it's
Should I kill it?
if you did kill the centipede, um,
Uh-huh.
they like that wouldn't be like unjustifiable. There would be a justifiable reason to do that.
Wait, let me show you guys. Let me show you. Let me show you.
You're not gonna be able to show us.
Oh fuck, it's
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it wouldn't be like you would be able to justify that. It's justifiable to kill an invader to your home. There might be better solutions to that, but like if you were to go that route, I could see it as a justifiable cause. However, it is not justifiable to uh participate in someone being bred into existence so you can slit their throat for food or clothing or science or labor or entertainment, you know?
Yo, I put that on the side chat, bro. Check it out.
Yeah, you're not using the centipede for entertainment, clothing, labor, science, and or for food.
Wait, let me just get rid of that on the back.
He's not tracking. Does anyone else want to talk to him? Kind of
No and no.
I'm kind of busy at the moment trying to fix my stuff. Tad, you are indeed first. Thank you for coming. And Allison. Guys, we have Sugar to our right. She is sleeping underneath the desk. She wanted to sleep underneath the desk today. She is super cute. I would show you, but she's sleeping, so we're gonna be quiet. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just talk to you guys until somebody wants to come and talk. You only got 10 minutes. What do you do for work, Tad? Oh, hey, baby. Oh, thank you. Having a good nap. Yes, I am probably gonna join the gaming group that is going on between you guys. Why is this so quiet? I might move to Kingdom. We're gonna move to Kingdom. I'm gonna set an event for Kingdom. Events, create voice channel, premium, Kingdom of Veganism. Next, what is the event called? Should have legal personhood. Yes, okay. Next, create. And start event. Okay. Nopsin. Okay. No, that was funny. Just in and out, bro. In and out. Okay. I am quiet. Is that better? This be better. Hello, Bibo.
Hello, absent person. That's it from night.
Okay, so Bibo, the event is animals should have legal personhood. What do you feel about that?
No, my English is just little bit. I don't.
I
I
cannot hear you. Could you just like move like your face away from your mic just a tiny bit or something? Because it's hard to hear you.
oh my.
Huh?
I don't understand. Sorry, bro. My English is.
Yell into mic, please.
I'm learning beginner.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk to Eternity, because I can understand him a little bit better. Eternity, the event is animals should have legal personhood. What do you think about that?
Legal. Think about that.
Personhood, so same rights as humans.
The basic right of personhood is the right to autonomy. It's not the same. Not all humans have the same rights, but all legal persons have the right to autonomy and representation.
Okay.
So the right to not be killed.
Correct. And to be used as property. The opposite of personhood is property.
Is this down to like insects even?
I would say yes, but it would if for violations of these like autonomy, like the rights violation of autonomy might have a different like prosecution.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from the US, moving to Canada here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm not gonna disagree with you. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, I agree.
Sick. Are you vegan?
Yeah, you gotta wait for someone else. Yeah, but sometimes I sleep.
What do you mean
But yeah,
sometime? What do you mean?
sometimes something with a bit of milk or cheese.
Is this act
If someone else is making it or something like that, like I'm not like fully strict. But yeah,
so like so you choose to eat it or like you like accidentally? I'm just curious on the slip part.
I choose to like if they made and there's no other options, like at a party or something. I usually make it known that do they have any vegan food, but then when I show up and they don't have, then I'm like, whatever. But yeah, otherwise I eat 100% vegan, like at home.
I'll have a if you ever want to have a conversation about that, I can have a conversation about that a little bit like another time. Um yeah, I feel like that's a very long conversation to have there. um so anyway, yeah, to anyone who's coming to anyone who's coming in, the event is animals should have legal personhood. If anyone disagrees, feel free to speak up.
Legal animal.
I got one question though.
Ha.
What do you think about the extinction movement? They say that being vegan is worse for animals somehow.
So I think they like, are you meaning like the domesticated animals that are going to go through extinction?
No, they mean like that per square meter, there are more wild animals like rats and stuff. But if it's turned into farmland, less animals die or something. Like
Well,
it's I don't really agree with it, but it was their
yeah,
argument.
it's a pretty easy one to debunk. So animals eat plants.
I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, animals eat plants. They eat like so like a dairy cow eats 10 times the amount of humans do per day. So they eat like yeah, 10 times the amount.
No, I don't mean it like that. That it's like farmland for people. But if the land is like left as forest, there are more like rats and stuff like that per square area than there would be cows or something. And
Oh,
it's
and
more suffering overall.
oh, I'm not worried about suffering. I'm worried about exploitation.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah. I can't control all suffering. I can't even prove all suffering is bad. Suffering could lead to good, but all exploitation is bad.
Okay, they have the view that enabling suffering is the worst thing.
Yep.
So yeah.
We have a recent vegan here. That's cool. Congratulations for being a recent vegan. Starthic, do you have something to say? Okay. Error. Do you have anything?
Is this exploitation applied to like everything, like from electronics being made and stuff like that?
Well, I would say direct
Or is it more
exploitation.
direct?
Direct exploitation.
Okay, but what if it was like, if there's like 90% chance that someone will be exploited making a TV, for example,
Right.
would you then
Yeah, it's still
like
not
where's your limit? Where's your limit? Is it 100%?
no, so direct exploitation. So even if it was 100% that that person was going to be exploited for that television, right? There's a like there's a lot of things that are going to go into that versus uh like acquiring meat from someone, right? I need to exploit someone to get the meat from them. I don't need to exploit someone to get a TV. I can use other methods of acquiring the TV. So if someone were to create a social reform against human slavery, that would end the human slavery for the TV. Whereas if someone just simply starts a social reform and everyone is like, yeah, we're going to fight against it, but they continue paying for that, that's actually doing nothing for the animal. Whereas a social reform could actually, while you're paying for these like slavery to continue to happen, you actually could be still making a difference with that social reform alone, because it's not a direct need for that exploitation to happen, where else it is a direct need for that exploitation to happen for like an animal, if that makes sense.
Okay, so is it just social reform, or is it also individual choices?
I think social individual
That
choices
part,
have a I think social like I think individual choices have a a purpose.
because that's why you're vegan, right?
Right. I think
Individual choices matter.
yeah, individual choices matter for sure. But like as far as like buying a TV, there's a like it's far more complicated than simply just saying I stop paying for this TV, I be a better person. It's not as simple as that because I
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
as binary.
yeah, exactly.
It's not. Yeah, but I think people you should still care even if there's not like a direct correlation, right?
Yeah, and I do.
Someone
I'm just
polluting there could say that it's not directly like 100% gonna cause lung cancer in that person.
yeah, and I do. I for someone I'm not going to advocate that people stop buying TVs. You know what I mean? I'm not going to advocate for people to stop buying clothing, you know? Um because we need to want things, right? Like we would simply die if we didn't want things. And so like I'm not going to just say
Mm.
like completely negate all your wants. But the fact that we can live without these like wants when it comes to entertainment, clothing, science, labor, and food, when it comes to animal exploitation or even human exploitation. If humans were exploited for the purposes of these things, I would definitely say we should stop exploiting those humans. Like that wouldn't be vegan, right? But if um if like humans deserve personhood, non-human animals deserve personhood, we all deserve personhood to the fundamental right of autonomy. So, if I were to simply just but like that doesn't mean that we have to live without wants, you know what I mean? And yes, we should
Oh no, I agree, but of course harm reduction is good to advocate for and do in those fields.
yeah.
Like looking into what brand you're buying from and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But
Um,
yeah, I think it's stupid when people say that argument to
oh, for sure.
justify continue eating meat. Then I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I concur. Um,
It's just trying to. It's just being intellectually lazy.
for sure.
You're probably okay with lab grown meat, yeah.
So I have like, I am I'm both okay, and I have conflicting views on it. Um,
I think
I,
that's the only way to get people to go away from animal. The people are not gonna go vegan. I think it's
uh,
they're too stubborn.
well, that might be true, but I think that and I'm not gonna say it's completely useless, but I think to large scale, to move to large scale when we have the resources already to move towards a plant-based lifestyle, we could just buy vertical farms and stuff like that, feed more people than if we use lab-grown meat, and it's mostly going to be a luxury item for not everyone's going to just go for the lab-grown meat.
How cheap is it to make now?
Anyway, I'm gonna move to Jokowi.
Yeah, do that.
Um,
It's 17 to 20 dollars per pound at the moment.
Gotcha. Jokowi, the event is that animals should have legal personhood. Do you know what legal personhood means?
No.
Legal personhood is an entity, a personhood is an entity that has rights and responsibilities, and that most fundamental right is the right of autonomy, which is the ability to make decisions on your one's behalf. So you can make your own decisions for yourself. And so I think all animals, including humans, should have that right to autonomy. What do you think?
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, so I think lab grown meat is mostly for the most part I think it is pointless just because again we can just pay for vertical farms, grow plant-based meats for much cheaper, much more effectively, much more rapidly, much more sustainably, much more and without the initial exploitation of breeding someone into existence to just stick a syringe in them and use them for their blood, you know? Do I think it is the worst thing ever? Would I be completely opposed to it if it does happen? No. But
Yeah, I think it will just be required for people to change. I don't think people will change, unfortunately.
that may be.
And
I
I want this the suffering to get reduced as fast as possible.
honestly, I just want to get to the amount of numbers to where we can actually start making true action, actually have some like some kind of war go on for this fight, you know, like, because really we just lack numbers to make any true change at this moment. And so I don't know, man. I think
I think I'd rather go the lab grown meat route.
I mean, I don't think the lab grown meat mount is actually going to make change like that, because I like already people are making it illegal in, like, I think 4 states have already made it illegal in the US.
Yeah, it will have pushback, but I think it will change like the culture if at least some countries have it and people will notice like I could just eat this instead. I think I think change will happen faster than just this basic vegan movement, in my opinion.
Well, I meant like yeah,
But yeah, meat industry is a problem at the moment.
there's a lot of problems. I don't think it's just the meat industry, but there's a lot of things going on. I think it's mostly the mindset that's why I have this.
Yeah, that too.
I think it's this mindset that animals shouldn't have personhood. You know, like people think that like the right to autonomy is like such an outlandish idea to give, you know, animals because they're not human, blah blah blah. When this whole idea for black people to have personhood was actually outlandish when it came to like the Confederate States of America, you know. Um and so and for a long time it was outlandish for children to have a like personhood. It was outlandish for women to have personhood. It was outlandish to have like all these humans to have personhood was this outlandish idea. So like I think once we get there to the idea and the understanding that animals shouldn't be property, I think that will be the thing that actually gets anything to change, because people are just thinking about themselves right now. And I think it really comes down to people have to just stop thinking about themselves 24 fucking 7.
Yeah. It's gonna be a slow change. But I think getting as close to the taste will help. Like I think a lot of people are just they've eaten it so long they're just basically addicted to it at this point.
Um yeah. Anyway, Louis, Dave, how goes it?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, I figured I should come.
Hello.
I figured I should come here. I've been spending a little too much time in VIB. Um, I person. The event is animals should have legal personhood. What do you think of that? Do you know what personhood means? Or Natty? The event is animals should have legal personhood. Does anyone know what personhood means? I'm gonna assume that silence is ignorance. Legal personhood is an entity that has rights and responsibilities, with the fundamental responsibility of maintaining autonomy and the fundamental right of having autonomy. So, one has the right to autonomy, they should have the responsibility of maintaining that autonomy. And I think that all sentient beings, including humans and non-human animals, should have legal personhood. What do you guys think?
Well, I can tell you what I think if no one else is speaking. Well, I can tell you my thoughts on it while no one else is speaking. How about that?
Yeah, go for it.
I think any extension of, or not an extension because animals have no rights, any rights given to animals is good, but I'm not so sure giving animals responsibilities is good. Like, I'd have to think about that a lot deeper before I would be able to agree that that would be
Well, it's
definitely a good thing.
the responsibility of maintaining autonomy. So like this is so children have legal personhood, right?
Yeah.
So they
They don't have responsibility.
yeah, so their responsibility is maintaining themselves. Like not like any legal responsibility to where like them
Oh,
might
okay, yeah.
yeah, like it's just a
Yeah, like they
moral
have to take out the garbage, or like
yeah,
their own
like
finances.
they
It
have
simply is basically they're responsible for themselves. Basically, their responsibility is to be autonomous. Basically,
exactly.
effectively, yeah. Okay, yeah, I agree then. Well, that was pretty simple, wasn't
Yep. The responsibility part is very nuanced with that
it? Yeah,
so the whole thing that was like a whole thing back in the day when we were actually even granting children personhood. Like it was this outlandish idea of like, oh, how could they be a legal person? They don't have any function, like they can't function on themselves. And then come to find out they do function pretty well on themselves, like if they're given the ability to. And
yeah.
and they are pretty autonomous as individuals. Like they do decide which like in legal systems they have a pretty good knowledge of having informed consent whether they want to be with their parents or not. Like they do understand that their parents are not fit to raise them if they're not fit to raise them. So
Yeah, I mean, animals certainly have a decent amount of intelligence around those same sort of things, don't they? Like they know what's good for them, bad for them at the very least. In most, like in terms of basic things,
yeah,
like this person is bad for me, this person is good for me. Generally speaking, in terms of kind of extreme activities like violence or love or stuff like that.
yeah.
So yeah, I've literally just woken up, by the way, and it is 6 p.m. I don't understand why it's. Well, I've just woken up.
Are you against having pets, by the way? Probably.
I'm against purchasing pets and like keeping pets from the wild. That I'm against. But as far as like adopting from a shelter, I think there's more justifiable cause. I don't think it's a permanent solution. I think it should eventually end, but right now it's the best solution that we have.
Do you think that people, when they adopt pets, they should just release them in the forest?
No.
Because don't you value the autonomy part most instead of suffering?
Well, so here's the issue with the so you would be participating in someone else having their autonomy removed. So like let's say this like dog, right? Like let's say we release a dog. There's a few things that are going to happen. They are domesticated, and so either they're going to be super like ineffective at hunting and they're just going to die. So you're just going to be basically euthanizing them. Like it would be the worst case scenario of euthanasia.
Okay. Yes. Sometimes you value suffering.
Yeah, when it comes
more than autonomy. Yeah.
Yes, but it's
And
just,
personhood.
and like I said, this is a temporary, like it is temporary,
Well,
like
yeah.
yeah, because we made the mistake of domesticating animals. We have the responsibility of fixing it. And so letting them live out their natural life as autonomous as they possibly can. Um, and like I even am uncomfortable around this like idea. It's not like I'm comfortable telling another individual how to live. Um, it it's a very unsettling feeling, but I do think that it is the best case scenario that we have at the moment. Um, it is like I'm even I'm even comfortable saying that like even adopting is like a form of slavery. uh just because like they are property, like into the eyes of the law and everything like that. They are property in the eyes of logic and all that. So it's just I would feel that this would be A, more practical, B, more beneficial for them to at least have some standard of good life and live out their natural life in the best way possible. Um,
Yeah,
before,
instead of being fully free and suffering.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
they're our responsibility. We caused this issue. It's our responsibility to deal with it, and I think we should, as long as we deal with it with the animal's best interest in mind and not our best interest in mind. I don't see a massive problem, but it has to be done with the animal's best interest, doesn't it? That has to be the core of it.
yep. And
But in the same, but doesn't mean we can't get some joy out of it. Like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever rescued any hens from like battery hens, but I did as a child a few times for my parents. And the joy of them taking their first ever steps outside, walking out to grass, and their, for want of a better word, expressions that they showed, it still sticks with me to this day, and that was 30 years ago. Very cool.
um, so Dave, my mom agreed to letting me buy sugar vegan food from the store,
Yes,
and it's rotisserie flavored. So we're gonna see if she likes it. I'm gonna buy it today.
that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully with the rotisserie flavor, she'll like it a little bit
Yeah, yeah,
more. Because the last time we tried to feed her vegan food, um, she really didn't like it, and I don't really have say in the matter of like what we feed her. I have to ask my mom first.
yeah,
Um, but she's gonna let me try again since it's from the store this time, and it's
yeah,
rotisserie
yeah.
flavor, and so let's
That's cool.
go. Yeah.
No one wants to disagree with you, I think.
Yeah, I think that it's
Only vegans here, or what?
well, I know most of us are vegan. I don't know about Antonio or the I person.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Antonio. So the event is how are you? Sorry, I'll have manners.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not a vegan.
Okay, so
I like
yeah, so the event is animals should have legal personhood. Do you know what legal personhood is?
legal personhood. No, no, no. I don't
So
know.
a person is an entity with rights, and so the fundamental right would be to have autonomy, to make decisions on your own behalf. So you make your own decisions.
Okay.
Um, so uh, I think all animals, including humans, should have legal personhood as long as they are sentient. What do you think?
Mm, let me give me 1 second. I finish to read.
Okay.
Okay. Um. Okay. Let me speak here. Um. I don't agree with this sentence because uh, uh, animals and humans are different,
Okay.
and yeah, are different. Animals don't think like a woman the way the woman think.
Okay, so why should we have children have legal personhood and not animals when some animals, especially in terms of survival and maintaining their own autonomy, are far more intelligent than human children?
Okay. Um. I don't know how to answer your question, but I will try.
Okay, we can just
Um,
go back to a vegan conversation. We'll just keep it on the basics. I feel like this is a more advanced. This is a little bit more advanced. So, why aren't you vegan?
Axel,
Yeah.
I didn't understand your question.
Yeah, why aren't you vegan? Because you were going to tell me why you're not vegan. So,
Oh,
why are you not
okay,
vegan?
okay, okay, okay. Okay. I don't know. I even I don't try to be a vegan. In my life, in my whole life, I eat a lot of food and a lot of type of food and uh, I like to eat animals.
Okay, you like to eat
Some
animals.
some animals I like to eat.
Okay. So, just because you like to eat animals, does that make it okay?
Um, no, 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 because as a person you don't have to do things uh, because you only only make these things. You have to know what you are doing. What you yeah. I think is my answer is no.
Okay. So, I agree, but so if it doesn't make it okay, so this means that like you have to have a different justification, right? Or are you gonna go vegan?
Means I have to think more about. uh, and have a different certification to this
Okay.
question.
Okay. So, do you think animals want to live?
Yeah, it's survivors survivor instinct. I think uh, all of animals and human um, have this this thing. All of them want to survive and want to live.
Um, Wait. Sorry, say that last part again. I was tracking most of what you were saying, but what was that last part? Animals want to live, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
animals want to live.
Okay.
Because when you are kill some chicken, when you are kill chicken, yeah, chicken,
Yep.
they are suffering, and if if you let him if you let it, the chicken can run away from you.
Yes.
In when you see this type of this behavior, you know the animals want to live.
Right. So, with animals wanting to live, don't you think that that want to live is more important than your want to eat them?
Axel, can you ask again?
Don't you think their want to live is more important than your want to eat them?
Oh, okay. um you you get me. Okay. I think it's more important. Life is more important than our desires. Our desires.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you a website. What language do you speak?
I speak Portuguese.
Portuguese.
I'm native. Yeah, I'm native. Portuguese native speaker, but trying to
I think this
to to speak English.
I hope this has Portuguese. I'm gonna give you a website called Animal Justice 21. Um,
Okay.
yes, it does. It does have Portuguese. Cool. So yeah, this is Animal Justice 21. It will help you go through everything that you have to learn about veganism on the ethics side when in Portuguese. So we don't have to have this language barrier.
Okay. Yeah, we have Portuguese.
Yep. So you just click. Do you see the link in the side chat?
Yeah. Let me change to English to take the challenge.
Yep.
I see. Take the challenge. Yeah.
Yep.
Think daily. Live compassionately.
Y-
Compassionately.
Yeah, you just change the English to Portuguese
Okay.
and then you can take the challenge.
Okay. This it's your website.
So I helped make this website, but I did not make it. Like I played a part
Okay.
in it,
Okay.
but I did not make it myself.
That's
Okay.
Are you guys vegans?
Yes.
How long have you been a vegan for?
Let me
Let me
ask you
just
something.
let me just finish with this
What?
guy and then
Sure,
I'll
sure,
talk.
sure. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. What's up, Antonio?
Let me ask you something. Where are you from, Axel?
I am from the US, but I'll be moving to Canada shortly.
Okay. Oh, nice. Very, very good.
You have a Swedish
Very
name.
Yep. Family is Swedish. Min morfar was born in Kalmar, Sweden. And
Oh, nice.
yep.
Okay. I'm from Mozambique.
Nice.
Do you know Mozambique?
I don't, but I think that's somewhere. I don't know where that is. I don't have it.
Mozambique is a African country.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. We here we speak Portuguese officially, and we have a neighbor country who speak English, like South Africa.
Oh, okay.
You know South Africa?
Yes. Yes, I know where South Africa is. I know a lot of
In
African countries. I
2000,
don't know all African countries. Like there's like I
okay, okay.
yeah.
In 2010, we have in South Africa have a World Soccer. It's FIFA World Soccer.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
It's 2010. Yeah.
Nice. I don't watch soccer a whole lot. So I wouldn't
Okay.
yeah, I'm not a huge soccer guy. I like boxing is my sport.
Oh,
Yeah.
I box. I know in box. I know Floyd Mayweather.
Okay, yeah. Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson,
Yep. Mike Tyson,
Muhammad Ali,
Muhammad Ali. Yep.
Muhammad Ali, and um, I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but boxing is the sport that I like the most.
Oh, nice. Very, very good. You practice box.
I used to, but I amputated my fingers and I haven't got back into it after I reattached them.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. My bad.
It's okay. It happened. It was an accident at work.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but it's okay. I might do it again sometime.
Okay. But yeah. uh, b-
But
uh,
anyway, guy, I think I'm gonna move on to some other
uh,
people. Antonio.
but they can beat your finger. You can.
What just happened? I just that was weird. Anyway, Francis.
Oh, hey man.
So, do you speak English? Is your English good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so the event is that animals should have legal personhood. Do you know what personhood means?
Okay. Continue. I gotta get it.
Do you know what legal personhood means?
I'm not sure really.
Okay, so
Personhood.
yeah, the legal definition of personhood is an entity that has rights and responsibilities. However, the
Oh,
responsibilities part is a little bit more nuanced, all right? So, and the most fundamental right that a person could have is the right to autonomy and legal representation. So I think that
okay.
all sentient animals should have legal representation and the right to autonomy. What do you think?
I think that your thought, man.
Huh?
Like, I don't have an opinion about that.
Okay. So are you
You
vegan?
you need something. I'm not,
Okay.
but I like to listen to those people.
So vegans or veganism is just the rejection of using animals as property when it comes to entertainment, clothing, science, labor, and or for food.
Okay.
So do you think that animals should maintain being property?
I think so, but if you just know there is a balance in a life,
Okay.
because we need to live, we need a protein like this kind of proteins, like animals or cows, and like diversity of kinds of them.
Okay, so do we need the proteins from animals? Do we need the nutrition from animals? Or can we live without the nutrition of animals?
Yeah, if you read the science and the facts, you're gonna find that yeah, you need it, your body needs it.
I do read a lot of science, as a matter of fact. And I can actually even tell you some studies from the largest health, or not health, sorry, the largest nutrition and dietitian organizations in the world. And they all tell you that you don't need to eat animals. You can be completely healthy on a plant-based diet, including fungi, including like supplements and stuff like that. All these things that you can get from plants is completely healthful for all stages of life. Oh, God, dude, don't do that. Like, if you're gonna like open up your mic. Okay, I'm gonna just mute you.
What is that?
Okay, so it's all good. I just muted it. So, yeah, all stages of life, including lactation, including pregnancy, including infancy, including childhood, adulthood, adolescence, older adulthood, and even athletes can benefit from being on a plant-based diet.
Right now I'm searching.
Yep.
I read before like some scholars said that we need this kind of protein, man.
Yes.
It's not all the protein just we're gonna get from vegetarian food or something.
So I'm
just
gonna
searching right now.
guide you to the American Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up the position paper. But if I pull up this position paper and you see the evidence, does this mean you're gonna go vegan?
Oh really?
So this
I'm
isn't
not
what
sure,
you're.
man. I'm
So
just
the so this
you
isn't.
said
So this isn't what you're actually is stopping you. It's not nutrition.
no. Let me say that I'm a sportive guy. So I play boxing as you are playing like bodybuilding. So I searched many about this food. I found it's so healthy for me. So benefits gonna benefit me so much than the vegetarian one. So I said I'm not sure I'm gonna change to vegetarian like this easy.
Okay, again, so this is the American Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition, the largest. They have 112,000 members. Not all of them are vegan. Okay?
Mm.
They are not all vegan. They are just scientists based off of the like our nutrition and health. And
Okay.
they all agree that a plant-based diet is healthful for all stages of life to human health.
But let me say that there is a life cycle for the animals. We can benefit from this, man. If just a cow is gonna die, you can like
A life cycle
if
of a
you
cow
got this
is 20 to
turkey.
30 years. Or 20 to 40 years, sorry.
Oh,
Yep. So they can live quite a long time. I think the oldest dairy cow, and this is a dairy cow, so this actually, cows could actually live longer. But the oldest dairy cow in existence lived to be 49 years old. Yeah.
really? I don't know so much about this, but I'm gonna search because I'm interested in that maybe.
Okay, copy. Here is that position paper. And it has the
Let me see.
abstract of this isn't the one that I wanted, but okay, this is the one that I was looking for. This is PubMed. And if you want the full, if you want the, it just has the abstract, but if you want the full article, you have to pay for the full position paper and studies paper of the
Let me get a look.
and this is actually a pretty dated study. This came out from 2009. So it's been since
Oh my
2000.
god.
So it's been since 2009 that we've understood this. And even then, now it is far easier because now we understand that you don't even actually need supplements for a lot of these things. Because we understand nutrition a lot more. And fortified foods are everywhere. So you can get pretty much everything with fortified foods. And you might not even need to do that.
Maybe the people just searching for the easier way, which is the animals.
Yeah, so
But let me look for this, man. Okay.
yeah, so what do you think you need? Is it protein that you're worried about?
Really, yeah, and also vitamins and this. I know there's a vitamins
Okay.
in vegetarian.
So protein comes from plants. All 20 amino acids are in all plants. They are the creators of protein. So there are some plants that have better, like they're like more complete in protein than others, right? But like if you look at vital wheat gluten, that is the highest source of protein out of any food category in the world. It is 75 grams of protein per 100 grams of vital wheat gluten. So per kilogram, you would be getting 750 grams of protein.
Oh, but you can't see that much, man.
Nope.
But also there is
You can't.
something that
But I'm just
yeah.
saying it is the highest source of protein out of any food category in the world. And even if this wasn't the case, you could get your protein from like protein powder. You can get your protein from tofu. TVP, soya chunks. You can get rice, beans, lentils, legumes. You know, gladiators. You know, the Roman gladiators got most of their protein from barley and beans. Beans and barley is what they would eat. I'm not even suggesting that you eat that, right? I'm just saying that that's what the gladiators did. They got most of the proteins.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Here I just found out something. Vitamin B12.
Vitamin B12.
You can't find it so easy. Yeah.
Yep. Vitamin B12 is in fortified foods, supplements, and or seaweed. You can get
like
it.
what? Like what food?
Seaweed seaweed has natural vitamin B12. You can get your B12 from seaweed if you didn't want to supplement, right? But fortified foods like fortified nutritional yeast has high amounts of vitamin B12. Most energy drinks have B12 in them, so if you drink energy drinks or energy powders, most of them have fortified vitamin B12 in them. You can.
But I think there's not like plant type have this.
What?
Like there's no like
no animal
specific plant one or
no animal and no plant actually makes B12. It comes from a bacteria.
Oh, bacteria.
Yep. B12 comes...
I think it's so important for your nervous system.
Yeah, that bacteria that produces B12 is very essential. But not everything that you can not all sources of B12 are good sources of B12 because like they have other defects, like eating soil. There's a lot of B12 in soil, but you shouldn't eat soil because there's a lot of other bad bacteria in there. So yeah, again, fortified foods and supplements, you can get your B12. It's very easy to supplement B12. It's very easy to fortified food with B12. Like again, like.
But if I'll, yeah, also can find it easily in animals, man.
Yeah, they're supplemented B12, and just
no.
Yeah, they are
in a liver, fish, seafood, and that.
They are supplemented B12 on most cases. They are fortified with B12.
Oh, okay. Let me say that you can find anything in animals easier than the vegetarian food, but if you just looking for a balance and
it's not difficult.
You're curious
I'm not saying
animals'
which
life.
is easier. I'm not saying which is easier. I'm saying they're both easy.
That's why I'm saying
but here's the thing. You're saying that you're only getting your B12 from eating animal sources. You're likely deficient in B12. Most people need to supplement some way in getting their B12 because if your only source of B12 is coming from animal sources, there is it's very inconsistent on how much B12 you're getting. So you're likely deficient in B12 anyway. Like B12 is one of the easiest for all people, one of the easiest vitamins to be deficient on. Because again, it only comes from the bacteria. And we don't eat from soil anymore. So we're not getting a whole lot of sources from B12 naturally. But you can if you eat a lot of seaweed. You can if you eat a lot of fortified foods. You can if you have supplements.
So if just I ask it, I'm not interested about B12 or whatever it is, but if I ask you why you need to be vegetarian, are you just afraid of a life or animals?
I'm not talking about being a vegetarian. I think vegetarians are also stupid people. Yeah, so
you just survive me.
Vegans are not vegetarians. Vegans reject the unfair use of animals when it comes to entertainment, clothing, science, labor, and or for food. All vegetarians are worried about is eating meat. They don't care about using animals for milk. They don't care about using animals for eggs. They don't care about using animals for clothing, entertainment. They just are worried about eating meat. I'm not worried about people eating meat. I'm worried about animals being used for meat or other sources.
Oh my, let me say, I don't need to say that, but I see these people, like, this is the source, man, like a god who just gave us these resources, like animals and plants.
Mm-hmm.
They have a life, okay, I agree, they have a cycle life, but I don't know really. So if I got milk from a cow, is a cow gonna be unhealthy for it or what?
Huh?
If I got a milk from cow, I think it's healthy for the cow, man. If you saw the research,
You think it's
or I
healthy?
mean the
Do
science.
you know what happens to cows in the dairy industry?
What?
Do you know what happens to cows in the dairy industry? You said it's healthy for the cow to go through what the cow goes through to get milked. Do you know what happens in the dairy industry?
I don't know. I'm just asking if I got a milk from cow.
Okay,
It is
so
like
what happens?
unuseful.
I'll educate you.
Okay.
So if you were to acquire milk from a cow, what you're participating in is a cow being forcefully impregnated. Okay?
Are you sure?
1000%. Yes, I am
Oh,
one.
man.
You're paying for a cow to be forcefully impregnated through something called artificial insemination. And what that happens in this process of artificial insemination is first they go to the bull and they get the sperm from the bull through two ways of practice. The first way of practice is by just jerking off the bull with your bare hands or like with gloves or something like that, like your actual hands. You're jerking off the bull, like giving a bull a hand job until the bull ejaculates and you get the semen from the bull. The second way is sticking a metal prong into a bull's anus, which will electrocute the bull, and then that will cause the bull to ejaculate. So, once you get the sperm, you put this sperm into a metal catheter, which is like a syringe, and you then go to the cow, you remove all the feces out of her butt, so you have to arm fuck a cow. You're putting your whole arm into a cow's ass and removing all the feces. And you're going in and out until you get all the poop out. And then after you get all the poop out, you push down on the cow's anal wall so you can expose the cervix in the vagina. And then you stick this metal catheter into the cow's vagina and you inject the semen. And then that is what gets the cow pregnant. And the reason they do this is because it is the far most effective way to get the cow pregnant, because you're bypassing the cervix and you're just directly injecting the semen to the eggs of the cow. And that's what gets the cow pregnant. She's pregnant then for 9 months, and then she has a child ripped away from her within the first day that she gives birth, which is highly traumatic for a mother, for any species to go through. And she cries for days and days until she's impregnated so much that she becomes desensitized to this practice. So I would not say that that's healthy, even if it is the nicest way possible. I would not say that's a healthy practice. And they are also bred to produce, I think we're at 8 times the amount of milk now that they naturally would have. Within 100 years, it went from being 1.5 gallons of milk per day in a cow's udder, and now it is 7 to 8, like it's like 8 gallons a day for a cow to produce milk, which causes hip dysplasia They can't walk, they can't function, and then once they get impregnated so many times, they can't walk anymore, and then they get slaughtered because they are no longer profitable. So yeah.
Oh, I should be schooler to answer that, man.
Yeah.
So really, I'm gonna search for that because if the problem in like a practice or a way, so we have to change it like technological one. I don't know, but I was searching about that. I don't know how.
Okay, I'm gonna have you
how
look
this
up.
practice happen, man.
I'm gonna have you go to this website that is in the side chat. It's called Animal Justice 21. I'm pretty sure they have it in your language. It's just it will show you all the stuff that you're worried about, and you'll be able to
Okay.
yep, all that stuff that you're worried.
I will. I will.
Mm-hmm. All right, man.
Yeah, I will do. Will do, man.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay. Have a nice day. Thanks.
Does anyone else want to have a conversation? I feel like I've been having enough. Born on Earth. I can't hear you, dude. I see your name light up, but I do not hear you.
Hey guys.
I was just, hey, Louis, I was just making the statement that seaweed does have B12 in it. Like, we can talk about which seaweed to eat or which seaweed not to eat with B12. And, like, I didn't say that it was reliable. I'm just saying, like, it is a source of B12. But Tahiror, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Tahiror. Yeah, I'm not sure how to say that name. But if you want to say something about veganism, feel free. Nope. Okay. Angela, how are you?
It's just that it's probably better to say nori as opposed to seaweed.
Gotcha. I mean, fair, but I don't know, man. All I know is that seaweed is a source. Like like as far as like I understand that like some might be better than others, and there's like plenty of seaweed out there.
Can you smoke seaweed?
No, because it's in the sea. Duh. Yeah, how can you smoke something that's in the sea? It's too wet.
Mhm.
Science.
Science, bruh.
Yeah.
But scientists could be wrong, though.
Oh, dude. Fucking Louis, were you there when there was a guy that said, "Am I appealing to science?"
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there was a guy on TikTok that was like claiming I was making a fallacy by appealing to science.
That's funny.
Dude, yeah, you're appealing to science, and I'm like, yeah. What's the problem with that? Well, science doesn't prove everything, and I'm like, okay, and like the things that it does prove, we can appeal to. Like,
But my God knows better than science.
sorry, sugar, you can lay down. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
My God created science.
Yeah, boy. Hey, Kay. What do you think of the? What do you think of the event?
No, it's legit.
It's legit.
What are you talking? Animals should have legal personhood. What does it mean?
Okay, well, legal personhood. So a person is an entity with rights and responsibilities. So like the
No.
responsibility is a little bit more nuanced because children don't really have responsibilities outside of maintaining their own autonomy, but they do have the right to autonomy. I think animals should have that equal right to autonomy as long as they are sentient.
No. I think my biceps is more important. Look at this.
Your biceps. Okay.
Yeah, how would I grow this without like steaks? You know, I just ate like 1 kilogram of steak, man.
Yeah, they're pretty small.
I mean,
What do you mean, bro?
I'm pretty much as big
Yeah.
as you, dude.
I'm not even going to gym, bro. Not even going to gym, bro.
Hold on. I'm
Right, look.
I'm
Wait,
pretty
I want to show
sure.
myself. I'm pretty sure I
I'm
can bench
pretty
140 kilograms, right?
I'm pretty sure
Not
I'm
even
about
lifting
as
weights.
big as you, dude. Like
What are you, 110
outside
kilograms?
outside of the fat, because you got a lot of fat on your arms. I'm pretty sure my arms are as big as yours.
No way, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty
It's
sure.
not even comparable. It's hydrogen bomb versus coffin baby. So what are you talking about?
Okay, whatever, dude. But okay, so
Bro, but I'm not even lifting. I'm not even lifting, right? So
okay,
you know, I went to gym once a year.
okay. So why do you
I
need protein if you're not even lifting? That makes no sense. That's fucking stupid.
I don't know, man. It's just like dopamine and
Yeah, like
opioid
no. So
receptors
you can,
involved.
but even if that was the case, you can get protein from plants.
Mm, yeah, that's true. I also eat beans and rice, but
Well, you can also get
I
it from
wouldn't be that
seitan,
satisfied.
TVP, soya chunks. Uh, like there's a whole lot of sources of protein in plants.
Like,
Every
I can
plant
get
has.
steak for $3 here. I can get steak for $3 here. Like,
Yeah, and
if
you
I need to get 200 grams of protein
that's
for
pretty
$3
expensive to what
steak,
I
it's
pay for protein.
what, $3 per 200 grams of protein? It's the cheapest one.
200
Like,
grams of protein for $3 is pretty
yeah,
expensive.
you would need to eat like 20
And I
kilograms of
doubt you're.
watermelon to get the
So,
same.
do you know how much steak you would have to eat to get 200 grams of protein? You would have to eat, I think, 6 pounds of steak. You're not getting 6 pounds of steak for fucking like $3. There's no way.
I live in third world, bro. You cannot imagine. Yeah, you can go to farmer that is your friend of your father from the childhood, and you can get for $3. I bet.
Dude, like there's no way that you're getting it for $3. But even if it was, you can also get cheap protein from plants.
All right, wait. All right, so 152 divide
Because it's
by 44.
35 grams per 100 grams of. So per 100 grams of steak.
$3.4. $3.4 for 175 grams of protein. I eat this yet.
145
So
grams. 145 grams of steak or protein.
No, I ate exactly 175 grams of protein, which is like 800 grams of
How do you
of
know how
steak.
much
It's not 1
protein you're
kilogram.
getting from the steak? Are you just guessing?
I just link out. No, I just link out. I think it's like 20 grams per 100. So it's like 20% of protein.
Because it's
It's not the
35
leanest one,
grams.
but it's not fatty.
Because it's okay. So
35?
you're not. Yeah, 35 grams of protein per 100 grams of steak.
No, it's not possible. It would be too lean, man. It's like chicken breast. It would a little bit fat
Yeah,
cut.
so you're not getting 145 grams of protein without eating an absurd amount of steak. Like you're taking
700 grams.
You're eating over your calorie intake every day. No wonder why you're so fat. Like you're eating a shit ton of.
Just today.
You're
I
eating
got paycheck, so
you're eating a shit ton of steak, getting super fat.
I know, man.
Getting super fat because
Yeah, I
you're
know.
eating way too many calories for the amount of protein. When you could be getting equal amount of protein for, I think I'm spending like $1 a day of protein on my food. Like if I were to round it down to the nearest dollar, I would think I'd be spending about $1 a day for getting like 100 something grams of protein. I would have to do the math altogether. I've just changed up my diet.
Is
So
it lentils?
so
Lentils?
no, I'm not eating lentils at the moment. I'm eating so like lunch is like a peanut butter sandwich. So and then like there's TVP, just egg, and like a little bit of just egg and seitan in my diet, and yeah, like just adding on like little bits of protein here throughout the day. A peanut butter sandwich is like you can make that if you add like TVP to that, you can get like 25 grams within a single sandwich. And then like you add TVP to something else, and again, like you just stack up on a little bits here and there throughout the day. But you're saying you're eating a single meal of 145 grams of protein. That's way too much protein for a single amount of meal or a single meal. You're not even going to be able to acquire that much protein. Like it's not going to go to anything. It's just going to go to fat because you can't digest that much. You can't digest that much protein within a single meal. So.
Yeah.
Dit is somewhat debunked. I'll come back with it in a bit. That the whole part of not being able to
if you're not working out,
might be actually bullshit. And let me come back in like 3 minutes, yeah.
Well, if you're not working out, you're not using that much protein, so it's gonna be even harder to process that amount of protein. Like he says, he's not working out; he's just sitting around. He's not processing that fucking protein if he's eating that much in a day, and he's not working out. If you're working out, you're gonna be using more protein.
I just did like 50 pull-ups and 50 dips today. for like in 10 minutes. But yeah, no, it's more abuse for my kidneys and all that stuff. But if I take drinking or binge drinking 7 shots or eating protein, it would be way better. So
Being in a
just reading
surplus
through
of protein is never a bad thing because it helps preserve the muscles and keeps them healthy and able to recover fast. So even if you're not working out, being at a surplus of protein is not bad, arguably even a positive thing. You could
Yeah,
argue
but
it's a
you
waste of
abuse your
money or a
body,
waste
bro.
of resources, but there's still a net positive there.
Lily, I'm gonna just
Sorry, go
move.
ahead.
I'm gonna just move back to the point that I was getting at. The same reason that children should have legal personhood, because even if they can't rationalize on things like harming each other and stuff like that, they should still have legal representation and the right to autonomy. Just because they can't rationalize how they give like rationalize their autonomy or rationalize others' autonomy, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have the right to autonomy themselves. Same with
why would
mentally
they have
handicapped
the
people.
the privilege or the rights as a personhood? Did they? They're animals. They're just we are.
So
sorry,
a
at face value.
personhood,
It is
a
we are.
person is a legal person is an entity with rights. Okay, I'm just saying that they should have the right to autonomy. Right, like a business is a person. It's an unnatural person. Like there's legal persons that are businesses. Like Apple is a legal, like the company Apple is a legal person. Apple has legal.
Yes, but animals are not legal persons. Animals are a source of food.
Yeah, they're property. I know. I know they're not legal persons. That's why I said that's why they should be legal persons.
Yeah, I got that. But do you see the issue?
Some
Then
neoliberal
you
shit.
don't have the resources, the food.
What do you mean I don't have
for-
the resources?
You don't.
Look, can I
Okay, so
sign contract?
we are not allowed to eat eggs anymore. We cannot eat
Can
meat.
I sign contract with
Those are
animals?
very
Can I do
valuable
business?
sources of nutrition, you know.
Dude, holy shit. The right to autonomy just fucking flew over your guys' heads. Holy shit. Like, do you not understand that I didn't say they have to... Can a child sign a contract and make informed consent? No. No, they can't. Pay attention. Like...
I heard it, but it still doesn't make sense.
I was talking to Kay because he was so fucking stupid to say that, like, oh, can an animal sign a contract? Fucking, like, dude, just fucking...
Should we put animal on welfare if they struggle up? What do you mean? Like, should we just let them run around, or
so
like, should we put them in asylum?
So
like,
a sanctuary, we
state houses?
could, so for like animals that can't maintain themselves, like dairy cows, we can euthanize them. There's a whole lot of other practices. The principle is that they should have personhood and not be exploited against their interest just for the sake of eating them or using them for entertainment or using them for labor or using them for science.
Right.
Or
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but does that mean that we are now building prisons for animals that misbehave? Because if you have personal rights, then you also have to abide by a certain standard of. Do we now build prisons for animals as well? And how is that going to be sustainable?
The alternative would be to euthanize them. Should we just euthanize them all? Like,
they already have prisons. They're called farms and slaughterhouses.
Yeah, like, so a sanctuary would just be a different setting, right? They are already, like, this whole free range thing is already like a sanctuary, except they get to have their throat slit, you know? Except they don't have clean water in free range farms, where they would have clean water. And they should stop being bred, exactly.
What?
Exactly. Just eat placentas, bro. For real. Yeah, let's just start farming women to have placentas. Jesus.
Yeah, okay, ridiculous. I don't even know what to say.
But
It's
anyway,
ridiculous.
how is it ridiculous? What is ridiculous about granting? It was ridiculous to slave masters to grant slaves freedom and liberty.
Listen,
So why is
I can
it?
tell you. You
Why
were talking
is
about
it?
the thing about the sanctuary you were talking about. You can euthanize them, right? And then you said the only thing that is the difference is now they get their throat slit and otherwise they get euthanized. But it's farmers depend on it, you know. It's like it brings so much.
Oh my god,
It's
dude!
not just the difference. You're
Slave
just failing,
masters,
or you're just
slave masters,
You're not
slave
that,
masters
or
lived
won't.
off of slaves. That doesn't mean we should continue slavery because slave masters lived off of slaves.
More so, farmers depend on government subsidies, not on profits from selling their meat anyway. So
I don't think you count in the fact that there's so much benefits and so much positives on animal food and animal-based products.
The positives don't
Health-wise and economically.
What? Imagine the health for the animal. What? Like, dude, they don't live a healthy life.
Well,
and you can live healthy without.
Survive for longer than they would in the wild most of the time.
Dude, you think they only survive for fucking 18 months in the wild? Are you fucking kidding me?
No, but I'm saying the quality of life of those animals.
Dude, they don't survive for only
a lot
18
better.
months in the fucking wild,
A
bro.
sustainable source of food, someone that gives them water, someone that makes their house clean, they have a roof over their head. They have basic.
Dude, this is the same. This is the same
and in
fucking
exchange, when they're
thing
about to die,
for
or when
human
they
slaves.
reach a certain age, yeah, we shoot them and we kill them and we eat the food because we like the food. It tastes good and it is good, and you stand to make a profit from it. And yes, that is not something to be ashamed of.
Okay, this is the same thing for humans.
Stop with this.
This is the same thing for human slaves.
Suicidal empathy, man.
Dude, this is the same thing for human slaves. They had shelter, they had food, they had security, they had all these things. That doesn't justify slavery. But it's not a justification. Just because I give shelter to someone, that doesn't mean I get to rob them of their autonomy.
But that's all good and all, but you are now saying that animals and humans are equal.
They equally have they equally desire their autonomy. That is all I have to say. I don't have to say they're equals. All I have to say is they equally desire.
When they're not equal, you can't just compare it to against each other and come to the same
They
conclusion.
equally desire
it doesn't work
autonomy.
like that,
Hold on,
you know?
hold on. Does a cow run away from danger the same way a human would? Or do they just sit there and let it happen?
Probably not.
Oh my fucking god, dude. You're so fucking stupid. Yes, they do. They they fucking run away.
I don't expect you to understand.
They run away from danger the same way a fucking human would. They're not just gonna sit there and be like, yes, take me, wolf. Oh my god, yes. Tear my flesh into pieces. Fucking yes. Oh my god. Yes.
You're losing your shit, bro. Calm down, Jamal. Just take a breather, just breathe for a bit. This is not at all what I'm saying. What you're saying is true, but
they equally run away. They equally desire their autonomy.
No, we run away with tenfold the amount of intelligence and actual IQ and a plan. We are so much better at doing it.
Dude, what?
We're not doing it the same.
Dude, humans are the worst at running away. What are you talking about? Fucking dude, run away from a bear or a wolf and see what fucking happens, dude.
Yeah, but look, you know what humans have? They have fucking bear spray. They have rifles. That's what I'm trying to get at.
That's not running away.
It's pretty funny that you don't realize that, but that's what
I'm
I'm trying to say. We
talking
have
about
rifles, we have
autonomy.
bear spray,
I'm talking about autonomy and the desire to have autonomy. You're going on to technology now.
What I'm saying is, our desire for autonomy and animal food is bigger than their capabilities of being autonomous. Because no, they are animals and they are food.
Dude. Okay.
Amongst other things.
They don't
Yes.
they don't accept that they're food. They fight for their lives every time they're in a slaughterhouse. They defend their child every time a farmer tries to take their child away. They don't accept this fact that they're food by humans. They don't just sit there and let us do what we want to them. And even if they did, some humans allow it to happen. Like everything that they did to happen. But that doesn't mean that it's okay because, again, they don't have the choice, regardless of even if they did want it to happen to them. They don't have the choice. They don't have autonomy. They don't have informed consent the way a free being would.
Free being, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the thing is, they should deserve freedom. And those who can't have freedom, like domesticated animals, we made the problem. We should fix it.
Oh my god, man. I just refuse to believe that that's really your take on this.
Why wouldn't it be?
It's not like we created this problem.
We did.
We are just the top of the food chain. We
bred
own the
them
entire
into
world,
exist-
and animals
Dude,
are
we
guests
have
in
been-
our space. It's just the way nature works. It's the same in nature.
Dude,
Animals
we have
hunt each other.
been-
They also eat each other.
We have been
The only thing is we are
able...
just slightly more intelligent. Actually, a lot. It's just natural selection, man. Come on.
Dude, it's not natural selection. It is anything
actually
but
insane.
natural selection. It is forced breeding. Breeding is actually not natural. Like forced breeding someone is not natural. Cows are not natural. The natural animal that created cows or cows came from, the oryx, was forcefully bred to be a cow, not an oryx.
Yeah, nobody's debating that. That's all.
And the oryx is
hold on.
the
What I was
oryx
saying is we are superior. That's what I mean by natural selection.
How are we superior?
As a human race, are superior to other animals because we are. We own everything. We have the power. We have the brains. We have the logistics. We literally own where they have to live.
How are you superior to a lion or a bear?
Bro, how is
Let's
that?
go for it.
Okay, I'll give you $100 if you can say why that's fake news, man.
In what way are we superior? That's all I want to know.
Power.
Power?
Being able to eliminate them, yeah.
Okay.
We have land everywhere. We are in every way, shape, and form.
Okay, so power through what?
Better developed than those
Technology?
animals. And better.
So power through what? Technology?
Amongst other things. Well, the thing is, we can also like tame the animals. We control these animals. 100%.
Other animals also take interspecies and raise them. We are not the only species to do that. So that
But
is
we are still
not
a superior one. This is not really going to be a discussion that we are not the superior one. If
how
does that even happen?
Dude, there is nothing to prove that we are superior other than the fact that we have technology and we use this technology against animals. That is the only way that we are superior, is that we have technology to use against them and to force them into situations that they wouldn't want to be in.
Yes,
and just
so
because
we are superior. Thank you.
Okay, so
why does that morally matter?
Yes, that's what I was getting to. Just because we have technology, that doesn't mean that we have to use that technology to enslave someone else, because this difference is the same difference that we had against blacks when we enslaved blacks. And I'm going to take away the we, because I didn't do this. This was the Confederate States of America that did this. So anyway, when the Confederate States of America enslaved blacks and participated in the black slave trade, they had only one superiority, and that was money and technology. That is it. They were not superior in any other circumstance. So, that does not justify what happened to black slaves. You were essentially saying, oh, because I have the ability to, I have every right, and I should continue to have black slaves. Because you know what? Why did we ever illegalize that?
Because you are now again comparing animals to other human beings.
Dude,
and I
they
understand
weren't
why
human.
You would want
Dude,
to do that.
they weren't treated like human beings, and at the time they weren't valued. Hold on, they weren't valued as human
I
beings.
let you speak every time, and it's like I can get like 2 words, and then you start shouting again. Like, just relax, bro. This is a very inefficient way of talking this out.
Oh my God, cry me a fucking
Doesn't
river.
have to be this painful. Just
Okay,
let me
cry
finish
me a
the same way
river
I'm
and
doing
say what you were gonna say.
Give me that courtesy, you know.
Okay, stop crying. Say what you were gonna say.
Okay, good. Once again, you are comparing and treating animals equal to human beings, and
I
know
just
why you want to
told
do it, but
you
it's just
why.
doesn't make
The
sense.
thing that
You told me why, but it doesn't mean that it's
yeah,
of any
they
value.
equally have the want to autonomy. They equally want their autonomy to be respected. That is why I am comparing them. They equally want to be respected and want to be free. They equally want, and that's the only reason that blacks should have been free. Humans means nothing. Human beings mean nothing to this world, because you know what happens if human beings get shot by a volcano? We all die equally. Being a human being doesn't mean like if Yellowstone erupts, we're all gonna fucking die. We mean nothing to this fucking world other than the fact that we are sentient beings, and we all want the autonomy, and we all want our autonomy to be respected.
Well, I think that just says it all. That says it all. Do you actually see humans that way? We are one of the most remarkable creatures. We are absolute.
Fight a fucking volcano and see what happens.
wonders.
If Yellowstone
We're still
erupts,
barbaric, but
dude, if
listen,
Yellowstone
we have
erupts, how are we
Isaac
gonna
Newton.
fucking?
You know how impressive this all is. Do you not
Dude.
see how amazing and how completely magnificent this
Dude,
is?
if a fucking volcano erupts, what's gonna happen? We all die. We don't mean shit, dude. Yes, we have amazing beings out in this world.
We are on the brink of being interplanetary. So no, we wouldn't all die. It would be a very big hit on humanity, but no. Probably when the time comes that the Yellowstone is erupting, no, we are interplanetary beings.
Hold on.
No, that's literally facts,
hold
bro.
on. If people died on Earth,
I don't know how to say it else, bro.
Hold on, if people died on Earth, we wouldn't be able to supply the people on Mars, so they would also die. Like, what are you talking about?
It's going to be self-sustainable.
No,
Mars is going to be
the
self-sustainable.
first time
Yes.
we land on Mars, we are not going to be self-sustainable. We're going to have
No,
to
but
send...
Who says that? Okay, so the volcano is erupting when just the first trip to Mars was happening. Statistically, it's way bigger chance that Mars is livable for us than that Yellowstone is erupting. That Yellowstone is not just erupting anytime soon.
Dude, there's already been warning signs like a few years that it could erupt. It is a ticking time bomb. It could erupt. What are you talking about?
The chance is close to zero and not zero, and that's why they have warning signs.
I
because
think it's
even the
actually
slight
closer to
chance is dangerous,
30%.
and
I think it's
understand.
actually closer to 30%, but like even if it's still low, that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen.
No, of course not.
But so what I'm saying, when a volcano erupts, we mean nothing more than any other species. We are all just earthlings here. We are all just sentient beings that want autonomy. We are all just functioning the same way. You just have this weird fucking bias because your mommy and daddy told you were special. They lied to you and told you were special more than anyone else in this world, when you're really fucking not.
Yeah, I guess that. I guess that says it all, right? It's just. I kind of feel bad that you go that way, and that's your view on the world. It's actually pretty depressing, man.
It's
I understand it's not perfect.
it's
but
depressing to
please
think that we could
just acknowledge the fact that we
Can I
are
say
doing
something?
and
yeah, go
doing
for it.
remarkable stuff for a long period of time.
Yeah,
It's not
so
like we're
Illy,
nothing. No, we are absolutely not nothing.
like the pride that you have in the human species, saying, don't you see how beautiful and amazing and you know marvelous or whatever that it is that we exist? Why do you not see that in like deer or birds or chimpanzees or like other species, that same exact like beauty that you observe in humans? Why is it only reserved for the human species? Like, why did they not get the right to not be slaughtered and enslaved and used by you? Like earlier you said, we own everything. I own everything in the world. I own the air and the river and the land and
Yes.
everything. We own
And
everything.
do you know how much wildlife there still is?
Hold on. Just because you say you own someone doesn't make it true, right? You may be able to use your force and dominate them and make them submit to you, but that doesn't make it like that doesn't make it true that you like own their body, right? Like just because you have the power to do so. And that actually makes you a really horrible person, that your only excuse is that I can overpower you, so I'm going to because I want to. Like, and that
No,
makes me
but
very depressed. That makes me very depressed for you. That you're the kind of person that's as far as your brain goes, that's as far as your compassion goes for other species. That's very depressing for this world. That there's
no, but that's not
like
the case
you,
though.
there's
I
people like
understand.
you that think like that.
Yeah, how could I? But you're probably right. I should be more empathic or anything. But just listen out again with this. Exactly, we control pretty much everything, but we still protect endangered animals. We keep the ecosystem. We artificially keep the ecosystem alive. You know how many animals we keep from extinction? We are
Really, the
having
only
so
reason
much
we
positive
the only
influences.
reason we
Shush,
pull
hush,
back
shut the fuck up.
animals from extinction is because
Hey,
we are the ones driving them
Calm
to
down, Jamal.
extinction.
Let me speak.
We're
Let me speak.
driving
Thank
them
you.
to extinction. The only reason we save them from extinction is so we can keep killing them and exploiting them and eating their bodies. This is not an honorable thing
No,
we're
this
doing.
is not the case.
That's what we did with buffalo, the
I'll just
bison
get
in
into
North
this
America.
fish.
That's what we're constantly doing with fish in the hatcheries in the sea. That's exactly what we're doing.
Wait a minute. Illy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course, man.
So your argument was that because humans are superior, that means we can use the animals, right? I think that was your argument.
Yeah, because believe it or not, in some places in the world, people actually rely on animals to just survive, get enough food. People live off that. Like I'm in the Netherlands. I live in the Netherlands. We have a lot of farmers and stuff, right? It's their way of sustaining life for them. It's not just this thing that is like.
Sure, we can get into that.
Just a
We can
bad
get
thing,
into
but
that.
it's people's life depend on this. It is
Sure, we can
massive
get into-
economics profits. I already named all these arguments, but it's now getting reduced to we are better, so we can. No, there are just a lot of positive things.
Sure, we can get into that. But
Results from getting animal food. So please don't reduce my argument to we are better, so we do it. That's kind of bad faith.
Yeah. So when you say that we're superior, what do you mean by superior? What does that mean?
The capability of overpowering those animals, controlling them, taming them. We are in complete control over those animals. That's what I mean by superiority. It shouldn't be even a question.
Because we have complete control over them, therefore it's okay to use them.
Yes.
Okay.
If it goes
So
in a certain humane way, for example, maybe this will help a bit. I'm very big against the very bad quality of life farms and stuff. I think free range should be mandatory and stuff. But as long as it's you give those animals food, it's not like we're just farming them in some lab on a petri dish. No, these animals still live and do their thing, you know. And in return, when they reach a certain age, we kill the animal or we harvest their eggs.
Okay.
It's not like I can't understand how people can make such a big problem of it. It's not like we're some massive evil force. We're actually doing pretty good. could be better. Yes, for sure.
Do you have people in your life that you care about, like family or people that you care about a lot?
Yeah. I have people that I care about. Yeah.
Okay. So hypothetically, if an alien race that was superior to humans wanted to use those people that you love for optional nutrition, then that would be right to do, according to you, right?
Yeah, it would definitely not be pleasant, and I know that, but still, it doesn't really change the subject because we are not equal to them at that point. You know, it's like we don't really have a choice, do we? Because we are being.
The aliens would be superior. The aliens would be superior.
That's just
correct.
a way of life, man. It's just.
We
live in this ideology where everyone's the same and should have. It's just not the reality, man. It's just not how it works. And I know it's a good thought to have. It's a good way to see life, but it's just man, get out of this illusion of
testing your values
equality.
and testing
It doesn't
whether
exist.
Yeah, it's testing whether or not you're intellectually consistent, and it's testing your values. So just to be clear, if this alien species that was superior to humans came to Earth and they rounded up the family people that you love and they treated them nicely, they pet them, every day a little bit, and they gave them good food and good home, and then they slaughtered them, long before their life expectancy was over for optional nutrition, that would be okay to do. That would be the right thing to do.
Maybe if it's necessary for them to sustain living or make a living, we don't really have a say in it, because just like us humans in that case, they need to fucking have animals to feed off them, to sell the food, to eat the food. If it's their necessity, we can shout what we want, but we are not the top of the food chain, so the decision is not on us.
So only if it was
get some help.
So only if it was necessary for these aliens to eat your family members or the people that you love, only if it's necessary, then it would be a good or the right thing to do. But if it's not necessary, you think it would be wrong to do?
Well, the thing is, I don't just need to keep repeating myself. I already answered twice how I feel about it, and that's not going to change. You can formulate the question in 7 different ways, but it's the answer is going to be the same.
Yeah, and I just wanted to.
I know you don't accept my answer, and I see that. But what I'm trying to say is, you can formulate the question any other way, and the answer will pretty much be the same, depending on the question, though.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand. I just wanted to understand your answer better, because I'm a little bit confused. So if these superior humans, if they needed, if like they had to eat your family members, right, the people that you love, then it would be the right thing or okay to do. But if they didn't, then it wouldn't be the right thing or wouldn't be okay to do.
No. What I'm saying is, we are just not in a place then we can have opinions on it. It fucking sucks. Of course, I'm not liking my family members to get eaten by some alien species. No, of course not. But it's just, yeah, exactly. You should probably give. I was trying to give it up as well. It's just this illusion of everything is equal is just fucking retarded, man. And
you are fake news.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said, bro. Again. No. Well, if that's the conclusion you take from it, then you're beyond help. But okay. Holy shit, man. No, no. At this point, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just your bubble of a certain idea or ideology. It's almost like a religion. This shit, man.
No, bro, that's exactly your position. Is might makes right. Just look up makes right. That's what you believe. That's your position. Nobody's straw manning it. That's exactly what you're saying.
No, because we also still depend on food, and yeah, we are the top of the food chain. So we are going to utilize them. Yeah, of course, man. Okay, maybe you in your nice condo in America or wherever the fuck you are, maybe not. But look at every other place in the world.
Who's gonna pay the import charges? Who's gonna pay the import and export charges for the food you're gonna send?
Oh my god.
Hi, I'm a new guy here, literally 10 minutes ago, joined this server. I just want to ask one question that what's the plan of vegans? Like, if tomorrow every people will become vegan, what you gonna do with animals in the farms?
Yeah, we are always suffering from overpopulation. We have fucking billion humans here.
So anyway, oh you didn't leave. So if we all go vegan, yes, there might even it will be a slow transition, right? There are still going to be animals inevitably exploited, but they're not going to be bred into existence, and then we slowly transition out of exploiting animals, right? And right, and then they don't be further bred into existence. You know, they're gonna have the
Bro, whatever helps you sleep, man. Whatever helps you calm down, I guess. Go for it, bro.
way to answer my fucking the question that he was asking me, dude. Like, wait, like that's fucking awesome. You're a fucking scholar, dude. You fucking learn manners.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, learn fucking manners, dude.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. So yeah, that's basically it. It's a slow transition. We don't have to fucking flick our fingers and say everyone's vegan at this moment. People are gonna slowly transition.
Just
go ahead.
There's so many cows, chickens, and
90
other
billion
animals
land animals that are used by humans that die by humans every year. There's more than 90 billion being bred every day, but there is
but
90 billion that about die every year of land animals that are used by humans. Yes, there's a lot.
Yeah, but there's already more chickens, cows than humans, and
90 billion.
we just let them die because they don't have enough food to feed themselves in the I don't know, forest or something like that.
Yeah, so you're saying that we should continuously breed them so we can because we don't have enough food right now to like we're already struggling with food at this point. Like, as we grow in population, we're running out of land, we're running out of things to use, and your suggestion is to feed 90 billion animals who eat more than humans do, who don't give us we lose calories. Hold on, we lose calories feeding these animals. We don't gain calories, we lose calories because they eat way more calories than they give to us.
I just want to say that if every human will become vegan, that the whole ration of this guy, it would be just only soy or something like this, and
Soy,
if we need it, we will need a lot
gluten.
of soy and other stuff, and
Yeah, we
for
have
this we
enough
should
land.
destroy forests and other stuff, because
We
don't
have
have
enough land. If
we
no,
don't
hold
have
on. If
enough
we're
land
not
for
feeding,
this.
if we're not feeding animals, we already have enough land. We are already feeding enough to feed the population to about 10 billion humans in soy.
I just never heard this
Yeah.
one, honestly,
We
because
would be able to reduce our land mass by 75% if we were to go ahead and by 75% if we were to go ahead and stop feeding animals and we were to feed ourselves, we'd be able to reduce the amount of land and feed everyone on the planet.
but there's a lot of lands like Siberia or other places with population that only eat meat because they don't have literally sun. The whole year is just the winter. What they're gonna do?
We did I not just say to you we can send food to these people? Like we already if let's talk about like Greenland for example. Greenland is already working on vertical farms. Right now they're only growing like leafy greens and stuff like that, but they don't have to grow leafy greens in these vertical farms. They can grow something else. They can start functioning. Vertical farms is the fucking future. Like there's no work around this. We don't need to be building these huge fields to be feeding people. We can grow upward, start growing crops in these greenhouses, and then feed our people with these. And that is like the far future that I'm explaining. We can already reduce the amount of land and send food to these people, and it would still be more efficient than what we're doing now.
I don't know. Because
This is legit painful for me,
of
man. Like,
breathing
oh
is
my
a
fucking god.
of breathing.
Yeah, I know. It's painful to use your brain. I know. It's very hard.
No. I know.
I know, baby cakes. It's
Oh,
okay.
I don't expect
I
you
know,
to
baby
understand.
cakes.
Well, it's
I know,
fine.
baby cakes. I know it's hard to use your brain. I know. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Ты говоришь по-русски?
The land suitable for grazing isn't suitable for growing wheat or vegetables.
Ивай, ты говоришь по-русски? Ты говоришь по-русски? Okay.
In that sense, like in the future, like if veganism taken over, you would like recommend like people not to have like dogs and cats for as pets because they already consume meat, right?
Okay, so well, for one, you can feed dogs and cats plant-based food. For two, I'm only against the purchasing of dogs and cats. I'm not against adopting dogs and cats. And eventually, once we stop breeding dogs and cats, there will no longer be dogs and cats on the planet. Eventually. But while we're here dealing with the mess that we've already created, we'll have dogs and cats on the planet, and yeah, like it.
Yeah, but making sure that every animal is treated as an equal and has personal rights is more important than anything else that's going on in the world right now. Let's make this priority one. This is of high importance, man. I'm not saying it's unimportant, but like,
dude, your
holy
fucking
fuck.
brain is dysfunctioning as fuck.
Nah.
Because if it was functioning, you would remember I said including humans, dumbass. Including humans don't deserve to be exploited. You fucking idiot. Sorry, sugar.
I agree with you that humans are indeed not to be exploited with, but we are going back to where we started, man. Animals, humans, like animals down there, humans here. It's the same bullshit again. You know?
I'm done telling you that animals respect their own autonomy equal to humans. It's pretty fucking factual. Like,
Yeah, I believe that, of course.
You don't have to
they just
believe
want
it.
to be
It's a
free the same
fucking
way
fact.
like we do.
You don't have to believe it. It's a fucking fact. They want to live the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
way humans do. We don't have to exploit them. They don't. We don't need to use them. We shouldn't use them. Just on that prospect alone, that we don't have to. So we shouldn't.
And that's where we disagree.
Yeah,
And
and
just
so
fundamentally,
hold on.
like I
hold
said,
on,
there are
hold
just
on.
a lot of
I agree.
positive effects
I
of
agree.
animal
We
food.
disagree.
We're spiraling.
Hold on. I agree. We disagree on this, but this is a fundamental disagreement. So I'm gonna just since I have to accept you're a piece of shit, you have to accept that I think you're a piece of shit, and we're gonna move on.
Yeah, that's all right.
Bye bye. You're done.
Also, I want to ask that what we're gonna do with all people who working in these places, in farms and other places that depends on the animals and other stuff. They just don't have any work after this.
They don't have any what? Sorry.
Work.
Work. So you think that animals like benefit from being used against their will?
Yeah, because it's a lot of just like you said, a lot of countries. How to say this in English? Exporting meats and other stuff.
Say that last
It's
part
a big
again.
part of it's big of part of economy, and
The people
there's a
work.
lot of people in this.
Okay. So yeah, sure, drums. That might be the case. I was just like hypothetically speaking. But so you're talking about humans not being able to work. I don't think humans needing work justifies exploiting someone else, because that would be like, man, pimps aren't going to have work if they don't have, prostitutes. Like, oh yeah, we should continue having, like, we should continue allowing pimps to abuse their prostitutes because, they're not going to have work. They're not going to make finances. Slave master should continue to be a slave master because, like, if he doesn't have his slaves, he's not going to have work, right? That's not a justifiable thing.
Just if we imagine in practice this, it's gonna be a big problem because it's already a lot big jobless people and other stuff. And right now, literally.
Could you just acknowledge what I said before we move on? Because like I just need to know that you're a genuine person. Because if you're gonna
Yeah,
be like,
I understand this, but I don't agree with this one because
you don't agree that we shouldn't have slaves just to make sure that the slave master has a job?
No. The part of prostitution, because it's not a big part of economy, and if we're talking about slavery,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if we're talking about slavery, they still got the lands, the slave guys, because this is their property. And after law about slavery, they still got a lot of job because they have their lands.
Oh, they're still gonna have job because it's their land? That's not always the case because land is expensive. They have to pay property tax. They have to pay all these things. They're likely not going to be able to find something else. And then they have to start funding laborers. And then they have to and then they have to start paying for other things. That doesn't mean that they're guaranteed to have a job. And that's like also the case for like the largest meat industries like JBS Slaughterhouse. They're likely gonna still have a job. They're like billionaires, dude. They're freaking, they have more money than most people on the planet. Like,
I don't talk about owners because in this company, sort of people who making, I don't know, not a lot of money, and the whole thing of your life, of their life, is literally the meat.
Again, like I said, just because someone is benefiting from it, that doesn't justify that we continue doing it. There's a whole lot of immoral things that happen at the expense of someone enjoying it. That doesn't mean that we should continue doing it. Just because somebody's going to get money from it, that doesn't mean that it's an okay thing. The economy is always changing. The economy is forever going to change. Human society is always going to change. We can always make differences within our societies without anything being completely detrimental. And even if it is, that complete detrimental thing that's happening to the economy is only temporary.
Okay, I heard your position. I still a little bit disagree, but it's hard to how to say in English debate about this one because we can't see the future right now.
Yeah, but what we can see is that you are paying for someone to have their throat slit for clothing, food, and this individual does want to live. They don't want to be exploited. They don't, like they don't need to be in this position. And so I think you should really think about it. I'm going to give you a website called Animal Justice 21. It's most likely in your language. I don't know what language you speak, but it's most likely going to be in your language. It lets you change the language for the website. Go ahead and give it a look.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. And we'll talk to you later. This is going to be my last conversation for the evening. If anyone else wants to stay on, let me know. I'm going to end the event. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. So, what did you say, Louis? Dude, Louis, hey, can we talk for a second? Because I don't need to debate you every time that I say something and you disagree with it. Like, if you want to have a conversation, like, it's kind of constant, man. Like,
So you don't want me to share information?
not if it's just like we can talk about it. Doesn't have to require responsibility, but I already said that. So your information is just to be contrarian.
No, my information is for a goal.
What is the goal?
Not to be. The goal is to show that there's a perspective that that may be more reasonable than the one that you're presenting.
How is mine unreasonable when I already stated that responsibility is a little bit more nuanced and it is just for the responsibility to maintain autonomy? How is that unreasonable?
Because I heard you several times saying that the animals have a responsibility
to maintain their own autonomy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. How is that unreasonable? Because a child has their own responsibility to maintain their own autonomy.
Because they don't necessarily have any responsibilities.
They are responsible for maintaining their own autonomy. We are not responsible for maintaining every animal's autonomy. We are not responsible for maintaining everybody. It is the person who is like their caregiver. If they are a child or a domesticated animal, it is up to that person, their responsibility to maintain the autonomy of that child or something like that. However, if it's a wild animal, it is completely up to them to maintain their own autonomy. It is not up to us to maintain wild animals' autonomy. It's up to their autonomy. Like it's up to them.
Yeah, but
and again,
but that's not part of legal personhood, though, right? Because even if they didn't understand,
just on the definition, right? just on the definition alone, where legal personhood is the entity with the rights and responsibilities. That is just the definition, man. This is the legal definition. Like, argue with the definition. You don't need to argue with me about it because that's it. That's all I'm going off of. And responsibilities is nuanced. We don't have to go off of every responsibility like it is. That is the fundamental. The fundamental is the right, right? That's why I was going on for the right more than the responsibility.
Yeah. So it's not my opinion, right? I'm getting this position from Gemini, which is using sources like the Wiley library, right? Which is they focus on things like rights. So this is not just my opinion.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and it completely contradicts your opinion. You're saying that legal rights necessarily entails that the one who is being afforded or granted the rights has to have some sort of obligation. That's just not true.
I am only stating, based off of the definition, that a legal personhood is an entity with rights and responsibilities.
They don't have responsibilities. That's not an entailment.
Argue with the definition, dude. Don't argue with me.
Dude, definitions don't mean that just because you're using a definition doesn't mean that that's God's law or something. How do you not understand this, dude? Come on, please.
No,
this is so simple. My goodness.
Contrarian as fuck, and
dude,
I'm over
come
you.
on.
No, I'm
this is
fucking.
God. This is
I'm
like
fucking
fanatic.
done
this
with
is
you,
like
man.
a religious fanatic.
I'm fucking.
You're talking
done
religious
with you.
fanaticism, dude. Come on, man.
I'm
religious
I'm
fanaticism.
fucking done.
Guys, I'm just really confused. I didn't hear the conversation or anything. But, I mean, obviously,
fucking. Join.
Listening, and I'm not like I just want to mediate a little bit because you guys were arguing about something, and I
That's fine.
talking past each other.
That's fine. That's fine.
I feel like the heart is responsible for circulating blood through the body. That's a perfectly viable use of responsibility. You can say that let the wild animals take care of themselves and keep them. We'll have them be responsible for one another. That seems reasonable. I don't think we can necessarily say though that like a moral patient necessarily has any moral responsibilities. I mean, they still have their heart still has the responsibility to put blood through their body. I can't worry about whether like my cat's circulation system's working well. Okay, unless I assume the heart is going to be responsible for doing that. I mean, obviously I'll check the cat's heart, but you know what I mean. It's like ultimately, you defer. You can't do. You can't.
I'm not saying like they're gonna be punished for not maintaining their own autonomy. I've already said that too. It
just sounds like you guys have are just sort of maybe using different definitions of responsibility in different contexts, and then maybe having a misunderstanding about that. I don't know. Is there really actually any disagreement here?
He's just being contrarian. That's it. That's all he's doing. He's just trying to establish a different perspective in a contrary war, and he does this all the time, and I'm just over it. So I think we just part ways.
Are you sure that he didn't just interpret one thing he said, or was it?
Well, I tried to explain. I already tried to explain. Yeah, and like I said, he's just.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry you guys aren't.
Yeah, I think we should just part ways and just. You do you, I'll do me, man. I can't be bothered by having to it's just how I'm gonna do things. There's nothing wrong that I'm arguing against veganism when I say animals should have personhood. I'm not arguing anything against veganism when I say somebody should maintain their own autonomy. I'm not like a wild animal should have the responsibility of maintaining their own autonomy. No one should be responsible for a wild animal to maintain their own autonomy. I don't know how that.
Louis, is that particular thing a concern to you? Because that doesn't ring me as being saying that because everyone obviously wants to maintain their own autonomy. So saying you have a responsibility to maintain your autonomy is like a good thing. Do you think that's does that concern you when Axel says that? Because it doesn't ring negatively to me. But what do you
Yeah,
think?
he's talking about legal framework. That's his whole thing. He's talking about legal framework, and in legal framework, responsibility has a legal connotation, and that's the thing I'm trying to point out to him.
No, that's just the legal definition. There's no legal prosecution for not maintaining your own autonomy. Just because someone has a responsibility, that doesn't mean that they're going to have legal repercussions of not.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
It does. It does.
No, it doesn't, because there's a.
It does. It does. You're not tracking.
Dude, no, you're not tracking, because I'm about to tell you that a child is a legal person. Under this definition, they are a legal person. No one is saying that a child who doesn't maintain their autonomy is going to have legal repercussions. That is why it is a more nuanced word in that definition. Every judge is going to acknowledge that that is a more nuanced part of what the whole definition of a legal person is. A legal person, it is the rights that is the most important part. I already said this like 3 times. I don't know how else I'm going to say it. It is the most important.
Because you're wrong. You're just wrong. That's not a legal responsibility.
Dude,
you're just wrong on that. You're not tracking whatsoever, dude.
Then I'm wrong for
You're just
following a
wrong.
definition that has already been presented by a legal representative to establish what the legal definition of legal personhood means.
Dude, you're not tracking whatsoever. That's your legal responsibility comes with accountability under the law. So you're not tracking whatsoever. How do you not see this? Jesus
I'm
fucking Christ.
Dude, you're a fucking retard, man. I'm done with you. No, dude, fucking Louis, you're just done, man. Like, I'm over it. He's gone.
I wish I even understood what we're talking about, but I guess
It's just him being a fucking idiot.
I don't. I mean, I don't know. You guys aren't really talking. I guess you guys don't want to talk about it. So.
Well, I'll talk about it. Here. So,
I don't even understand what's.
So he has a problem. He has a problem with me using the definition that a legal person is an entity with rights and responsibility. That is the legal definition of personhood. And so me using this as a rhetoric for animals and humans and stuff like that is wrong, because then I establish that humans are responsible and there should be legal consequence for not maintaining autonomy. Even though in legal context,
We're not maintaining the animal's autonomy.
yes.
Right, but I thought you said that everyone's responsible for maintaining their own autonomy.
That's what I'm saying.
Almost like trivially true, because like everyone, of course, would want to maintain their own autonomy. If there's someone, then they want to maintain their own autonomy. So saying they have the responsibility to maintain their own autonomy, I don't know if that's what Louis' contention is. Then I don't understand that, because I don't know why anyone, because no one could ever be penalized for not maintaining their own autonomy. Like.
Exactly. It's not a legal. Exactly. It's not a legal responsibility to have autonomy.
Yeah, it isn't, but it isn't like no one will ever get penalized for doing exactly what they want to do. That's like saying it's your responsibility to breathe. I mean, it's like no one's gonna,
exactly.
like, choose not. Yeah. So, but then why is there a contention?
Or it's not. It's not a legal. It's not a legal responsibility to breathe either, right? Because if you don't, legal responsibility comes with accountability under the law. That's the whole point. And Axel keeps not understanding this.
It sounds to me like your main concern is that unless Axel has the time to actually mention what he means by responsibility, which is responsibility for autonomy, which is, of course, whatever, fine, yeah, animals have that. But before he says that, someone might assume that you can't be a person if you don't have the ability to, let's say, have an obligation, and then that's going to make people think that only moral agents can be moral patients. Is that the concern? Like that it's basically ambiguous. That the term, it's saying that a legal person has rights and responsibilities, is ambiguous as to whether that patients can be agents.
I'm just kicking him. I'm gonna be done with this. So basically, I am just saying that legally speaking, right, the responsibility of maintaining autonomy does not have to have prosecution. Does not have to have it. No, there's no legal thing that says something has to have prosecution. It has to have consequence. Not maintaining one's legal autonomy, right? That consequence is that they're going to die. That is the consequence. Like, if you don't maintain your own autonomy, you're going to die. That's what happens. Like, if I'm not maintaining, like, if you're not making choices on your own behalf, you will die. Again.
Well, you'll at least want to be dead because you're not going to be freedom.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all I was saying. That's all it was.
Right.
It's just.
I feel like it's a whole nothing thing. I feel like
I
maybe,
concur, and that's why I'm tired of fucking like, because Louis.
Yeah, there might be some like, but the reason why I was like kind of asking about it was to find out more about it, but also because usually when Louis does make points to me, usually there's there's a reason, and I think that maybe in this case he's concerned that if you say that that a legal person is someone who has rights and responsibilities, someone hearing that, like hearing that is like, okay, that's the reason why animals don't have rights, because only moral agents can have responsibilities, and moral agents and moral patients are the same thing. You're admitting it, and like no, and obviously you're going to clarify and say no. Obviously, moral patients can't. Moral patients don't. People can be moral patients without being moral agents, but everyone has a responsibility to or is responsible for their own autonomy. That doesn't mean that so just like a baby is like, and then you clarify that, and then they understand what you mean by that. But I guess he's concerned that if you don't clarify it when they first hear it, they're going to assume that when you say responsibility in that context, that you're saying that animals and babies can't be persons because they're not able to actually have obligations towards others and such. That's how I interpreted it. Do you think that that's a valid concern, or
Yeah, I get it. I think it is a valid concern. I think all concerns are valid, right?
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I just expect when I explain myself that there to be also the consideration.
See, from my perspective, what I love about you, Axel, is I think you have a beautiful way of saying these sorts of things in ways that really no one else does. And this is a perfect example. No one else talks about responsibility for autonomy the way you do. I like hearing that. I think that's a good way to show the respect you have for animals. So I think that that even if that comes at a cost of people maybe misunderstanding what you mean until you clarify it, like I think that your value it would crimp your value too much to like not be able to talk about responsibility to autonomy, which I think is a beautiful expression. So I don't know, like but then I also understand the concern that somebody who maybe I don't know, doesn't appreciate your style as much as I do might be even more concerned that maybe someone
Yeah,
else
well,
interpret this thing.
so yeah,
I don't know.
Louis hates my form of rhetoric because like it has like an actual consequence. Like I'm talking on real world things, like so like my terminology needs to be perfect in his eyes, right? Which is flawed in it.
Less likely to be misinterpreted by a carnist who's not paying attention very well. And I mean, I think that's something that we all should do. Obviously, we should all make sure, because I do this myself. I'll use all this flowery kind of language, and I could get myself misinterpreted by a carnist that's not paying attention. So I think it's worthwhile to always be mindful of that. But at the same time, that just because you're mindful of it doesn't mean you should stop doing it.
Right.
I think that maybe that's what he's asking. He's asking you to be maybe more than mindful, and that's where you have a reasonable to push back. Wait a second. Look, I will think about it, but I'm not going to like completely change my style, because that's going to damage some of the benefits of my style if I don't even use it. So
yeah, that's
be
fair.
mindful of it. I'll balance it. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's too bad, because I feel like you guys. I think you guys are both great, and it's just too bad you guys
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's fair. I'm just tired of him being contrarian, because that's really what I'm getting, because he does that to a lot of people, and I'm just over it, and I am genuinely fed up with a vegan coming around while a vegan's trying to do like activism, and then he's like constantly messaging him like, oh, you shouldn't say it like this, you should say it like this. Like, dude, do your own outreach. I'll do my own outreach. Arguing amongst ourselves does nothing for the animals. Absolutely nothing.
Me and Lewis have a couple things that like he does not agree with me on at all, and it's sort of it's interesting. It's because it's probably no different than this disagreement you have with him. But I guess me and Louis have our own relationship, and I guess your relationship it doesn't work as well. But because he definitely criticizes me a lot, but I have a different relationship with him, so I'm like, look, you're wrong, but okay, whatever, keep criticizing me.
No, I just
Anyway, all right, cool.
yeah, I'm not here to argue, man. I'm here to help.
Right.
I'm here to help my fellow animals. That's it. That's all I want to do. I'm not an argumentative person. I don't like to argue. I don't like to debate. I don't like to do this stuff. The reason I argue on the behalf is because I put a lot of thought into it. And so I can't explain anything that that needs explaining. And just because something is law, that doesn't mean that there always has to be, like, there is even laws that are unenforced laws, right? So just because something is a law and something is legal, that doesn't mean there has to be prosecution, right? Legal representation and legal the right to autonomy is all I'm trying to get at when I talk about personhood, and the right to maintain, or the responsibility of maintaining personhood, I have said like several times, is more nuanced, because like that whole thing is like just it like is impossible, like everyone already knows.
Have you actually had a carnist ever bring
No.
up this?
Nope.
No. Because honestly, I've never, I didn't notice it until it was brought up now, and I'll tell you if I feel like you're saying something that could be, misinterpreted, and in this particular case, I don't feel that way. So
yeah, dude, zero times. It is only vegans that critique my rhetoric. It is only vegans, and it's so dumb. Like, it's like, I don't know why it's only vegans that critique it, but I do apologize for throwing out the R word. Reserved it for
I guess I'll dip out, and I probably I'll see if I can find him too, because I want to just kind of make sure
he's in vegan
cool too,
shenanigans.
All right, cool. Anyway, but I appreciate you, man, Axel. I was really excited to see you have this room up today, because I haven't seen it here for a while. I don't know if it's new. I mean, not new, but like new for this week.
Yeah, I haven't been here in a while, so.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, great. Okay, cool. Well, all right, take care. Well,
I'm gonna head
keep
out.
up the fight. Oh, you're going to take another? Okay, take care.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I threw out the R word, but I reserve that for a very few minute amount of times. I think it is a. I think Louis, it was justified for Louis. I think it was justified for that specific person, because I think him constantly barraging other vegans and keeping them on their toes and having to argue with him while arguing with arguing non-vegans is that word. It is a very R-word thing to do. Why, in any circumstance, would it be productive to argue with vegans while arguing with non-vegans? I'm fucking over it, man. I can't do it. I can't continue fucking doing it. And so, yeah, I'm sorry that bothered some people. I'm not going to use that word often. I don't use that word often. And I'm just getting annoyed with this kind of behavior. This fucking infighty fucking behavior is just fucking ridiculous. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna head out. I'm not even gonna do my outro. I'm kind of done. I'm a little annoyed.